Merry Christmas, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Santa Claus. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out and give you some fun tidbits about Santa Claus, and skip to the Sharpie section, there will be a link that you can click on. Oh, sorry, look down in the comment section right there and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you straight to the Sharpie section. I'll even include a link for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. So, I got to sketch this out like a normal person. I'm sorry, Santa Claus is a normal person. Just because he might be a little bigger, a little jollier, doesn't mean he's not normal. So what I was trying to say is, I have to sketch this out with a anatomical human shape and add weight. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to fat shame Santa Claus. I'm just trying to say that I was going to just draw like that, but I got to make sure that I make him correct. Because anybody that we're drawing, we want to make sure that they have the right proportions, right? Make sure I don't fall off the page. I'm starting to get kind of far there. All right. Ooh, he's kind of in an action pose here. He's kind of very what's the word I'm looking for? Strong stance. I use a lot of sounds whenever I'm drawing this stuff because I'm a good picture drawer, not word maker. I'm not a writer. So all right. So that'll work, just like that. And let's see, I'm gonna draw his little coat, like the little furry edges that he has there, like that. All right. So I think that's good enough for the body. I can draw some arms. Let's just have him waving. Good old Santa wave. And then I can build off of that. So some of the details I was going to talk about are the look of Santa Claus. So we've all grown up with Santa Claus looking a certain way, and for a time, we'll just say it's because of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is the one who's defined Santa Claus with the look that we know it. Now, not just Coca-Cola, but Haddon Sundblom. He is the illustrator that came up with Santa Claus, he didn't come up with him, but his Santa Claus version has been the most iconic and the one we all have grown up with. And ever since then, everybody's drawn him that way and created him like this. And I say that because, he's been in myth and legend and believed in from different locations, but mostly, Dutch that brought him around, that immigrated here to America and brought their values of Santa Claus or Father Xmas or Father Christmas. Sorry, I've been in Europe, but Father Xmas. It sounds like a bad guy, or some kind of superhero, So anyway, Haddon Sundblom is the illustrator that worked for Coca-Cola, and he's very, very Norman Rockwell looking. His drawings are very, very reminiscent of that. I believe they lived around the same time and illustrated around the same time too. So it's totally understandable the influence they had on each other. But anyway, his design is what has stuck in our brains all this time, and it's understandable. It's a beautiful design. It's come to be the Santa Claus image that we all have grown up with, and it's understandable because it's beautiful. It's a great design. But before, he was like an earthly, what do you call it? earth element type kind of thing, where he, you know, carried the tree around, and he had very Mother Nature type kind of feeling to him, you know, with different clothes. It wasn't blue. I mean, it wasn't red. It was blues and earth colors, brown, stuff like that. So, you know, that's all we have to thank Head and Sunblow. So, just letting you know, that's where most of it came from. All right. All right, I think I'm ready. That came out pretty quick. Let's see, should I give him mittens or gloves? Let's see. I guess I can do some gloves. All right. All right, I think that'll work. All right, so I'm gonna erase some of these lines. Oops, I almost lost my eraser. I picked it up and flew. I'm gonna erase some of these darker lines. I'm gonna stick with the faint, I'm sorry, I'm gonna erase the sketch lines and stick with the faint, bold, confidence lines is what I like to call them, because that's what we have better, we work with better with confidence than with sketchiness. Okay? All right, I think that's good enough. I've erased enough of it that there's a ghost of an image that I can follow, but it won't show up with the Sharpie. So, all right, so I say we jump over to the Sharpie portion of the video and welcome people that skipped to the Sharpie portion of the video. All right, welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do one of these every single day. Not Santa Claus, of course, but a drawing every day. You can join along and learn how to draw with me. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen for the finer detail that the fine point can't quite find. So, I'm going to draw his, I've already sketched the entire thing out, and I've erased the finer lines and left a nice ghost of an image to draw. And I'm going to start with the eyes and build out of there. So I'm going to draw his lids, like that, to see if I've got him level to the way I've got his head. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work. So I'm going to draw just a little bit of the iris like that, because I kind of want him squinting. You know, I kind of want him to be happy with his jolly goodness, you know. But I can't go too far, because the Sharpie here will bleed too much if I go. So I'm going to try to be careful as to where the lines that I put. But I got to give him some crinkle lines, you know, some laugh lines, and build off of this. Okay, so I'm going to draw his eyebrows now, and I'm going to give him some bushy Santa Claus brows, just because I can, you know. Make him kind of wild, kind of Santa Claus, kind of having fun. Okay, so I'm going to give him like a round, bulbous nose, and I'm going to do something like this. Okay, and we're going to make him, of course, smiling and cheerful. And so I'm going to draw, let's draw his mouth. Well, let's do a mustache for him, because part of his beard is the big bushy mustache that he's got, you know? Or at least in the way I'm drawing it. So I'm going to draw the underside here like this, kind of connect it. Kind of almost looks like the Lorax, right? With the big mustache. Okay, so we're going to open his mouth. He's going to be the cheerful, boastful ho-ho-hos. So we're going to draw his mouth like that. And there's his bottom lip. So I'm going to draw like where his beard is connecting right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and give him, you know, the round, happy cheeks like this. And let's see, I'm going to kind of give him those what do you call them, those laugh lines, you know, because he's all happy and smiling. So from here, let's see, I think, yeah, I'll go ahead and continue just a little bit more. I'm going to draw his hat. We're going to do something like this, just to give me an edge to work with, like that. I'm going to thicken this line up a little bit more than the other lines. because I'm about to switch over to the other Sharpie, and this Sharpie is super thick. So I'm trying to do something that'll fit in with it. You know, it'll kind of play around and work with the lines and make it all look cohesive. You know. So all right. So now I'm going to do kind of the beard in a flowing kind of, you know, jolly way. And we're not going to draw all the hairlines, you know. I'm just gonna do some, just to kind of accent that it's a big, furry, bushy beard, you know. And I want color to take care of a lot of it too, so that's why I'm kind of playing around just a little bit with some of the look, you know. And you don't have to draw every single line either. You know, draw what makes you happy. All right, so something like that, and you know, we'll play around with some color and see what that'll do for it, just to give it a certain look. So that being said, I'm going to work with the big Sharpie now. So I'm going to draw the brim of his hat, the top of it. I'm going to, you know, make it kind of fuzzy, because it's that furry happiness, you know, that keeps him warm. And so I'm going to draw the top of it coming out, but you can't see the whole thing. So I'm going to draw the top over here, and then it's going to wrap over and hang down here. We'll just kind of do something like that. And so it's going to come over here, and we'll draw the fuzzy little ball at the end. So we'll just kind of play around with something like this. Just some funny little lines to make it furry, fuzzy, you know? So let's build off of this. So I'm going to, let's see, you know what I forgot to draw? I forgot to draw his belt. So I gotta remember to put that in. So let's draw his arm. Let's see, let's do this one over here. So I'm gonna draw this shoulder like this over to his bicep, and his arm's raised up and he's waving. So I'm just gonna draw up to about right there, and then I'm gonna draw the fuzzy roundness of his cuff. Okay, so something like this. And same thing, we'll just add just a few little furry lines, you know, kind of like we did with the ball right there. Nothing too crazy, because again, we want color to take care of a lot of it, and we're just adding a little bit of accent. Okay, so then let's draw his hand. So I'm gonna have him with a full glove, as if he had a glove all the way up to here. So I'm gonna draw up to his thumb like this. Bring it in, and I've already sketched the entire thing out. That's why I'm just drawing the outline, because I know where I'm going. I'm gonna draw one finger like this, draw the other one like this, and a ring finger like that, and I'm gonna draw the pinky just out just a little bit, just to break it up, just to make it a little different, you know? Inside of the hand there, bottom of the glove, and like that. So, that being said, let's draw a few little glove lines, just you know, just to show that it's got use. You know, he's bended. You know, he's got creases and bends and folds where he uses his glove quite a bit. You know, he's got a lot of work to do at night. Give him a break. All right. So let's see. I want to draw down to his belt here. So let's go ahead and just do this other arm, to the bottom of his arm. So I'm going to draw down to his elbow. I'm going to draw his sleeve over like this. And then draw some bend in it like that. Going to come down. And this is where I'm going to draw the belt. So I'm going to come in like this and come down, back over, like this. And the reason I did that is because I want to like make a place where it's sliding through his suit here. So bring it over, and he's got a big huge belt buckle, so I'm gonna draw something big like this. And let's see, he's gonna have a little clasp to hold it together, so I'm gonna draw that in there and come around and draw the other side of his belt like that. And we'll do this other side over here, so same thing. Draw that big gap. like that. All right, now I got to. Now it's there. It's good. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget it. Okay, so let's draw. Let's do like a little center furry cuff thing. Fuzzy is what we'll call it. We'll go ahead and finish it out over here. I'm gonna close that off. Okay, so we're gonna draw like that. And there's the inside like that, and there we go. There's the bottom half. So we're almost there, pretty close, halfway, right? So let me add just a few lines just to, again, make it come alive, just to finish this up. Just because we can, and because it's material, you know, it's cloth. And I usually like doing stuff like this just to, like I said, make it come alive, make it our own. Something like that. There's the seam where it's connected. All right. So here, let's do a little bit of this. Let's do some of that. Those little squiggly doos, you know, just to make it furry. There, and see how I just made it up? I just kind of did stuff like that. That's all you got to do. We don't have to get too specific. All right, so let's draw his other arm, and it's going to be holding the sack, of course. You know, Santa's little sack of toys. So let's see. I'm going to draw his hand right here, and it's just going to be holding the glove, holding the bag like this. So let's draw the bag. That way we can finish this up or get it looking right. You know. All right, so. There's the end of the sack. Here's the inside. Okay, so now I can draw his hand around it. So I'm going to draw the pinky like this. There's the back of the knuckles. Ring finger. Middle finger. And of course the thumb over all that. And the index finger I'm going to raise up and bring it in like this. That way it's a little different. It's kind of like that. You see what I'm doing? Okay. So same thing. He's got his glove on, and then we're gonna do this thing. You know, the super furry. I never figured out a name for it. A super furry cuff, I guess is what we're just gonna call it. All right. So now we're just gonna draw the sack. Something like this. I'm going to add a few little lines and creases because it's all stressed out from being over his shoulder. And I'm going to draw his shoulder. So let's see, I'm going to have his elbow like this. That's kind of the nice thing is because it's all bent over, there's only so much we have to draw because there's only so much you can actually see. All right. Okay, so now we just got to draw him some legs. And so I'm just going to draw, you know, his pants. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to draw like his boot. I'm going to have kind of like almost like a pirate boot, kind of really widen out there. So I'm going to draw the edge of it there. Draw his pants. Something like that. Again, in like this. Edge of his boot like that. So now I'm going to draw his, let's see, I'm going to draw, well, that's kind of weird looking, so let's try to straighten that out. So I've got his pants just kind of stressed out, you know, from being all stressed from moving. And let's see, something like that. And we'll do, oof, my Sharpie's going out. It's doubling up on me. Something like that. Just drawing some lines from where he's been out all night, working hard, bringing you toys, fighting off that Krampus. All right. Unless it belongs to your grandpa, then it's your grandpa's Krampus. Okay, so now I'm going to finish up his boots. And so, like I said, I've got him kind of almost like a pirate style, you know, kind of really really with a wide brim. Something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring his old floppy boots down. And I've got kind of, let me show you on this side too. I'm going to come down here and draw a heel. And I've got kind of almost like a up toe like that. So I'm going to draw this toe up. And there's the bottom of the foot like that. So see, it's a little turned up, a little Santa style, you know, a little different, unique for old Father Christmas. All right, so again, just putting some stress lines on the boots. Okay, and I think that ought to do it. There we go. So there you go. I say we do the rest with color, and I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. For today, that is Santa Claus. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.